Hey guys, this is HTOMario, and I'm going to be showing you a Terran against Protoss game. This is on my barcode account, and I play here to practice new strategies and so on, and to kind of work out when I feel like in a slump or something like that. So this game showcases very aggressive mech against early Templar, so high Templar, Storm. So one of the things about Storm is that when the only way that Storm can be effective against mech is against the Hellbats. They're required to be splashed down. Now, unlike the Colossi, which are also effective for the same exact reason, you can heal through the Storm with a sufficient amount of medavacs to negate the damage. However, with Colossi, you need a good amount of Vikings to stop the storm damage, to stop the AoE. So you need to have a sufficient amount of Vikings, which means you don't out-heal the damage. You can't outlast it. So there are two big differences here. And if you scout a player going for Storm, you should... Well, this is how you punish it. You should be automatically just a win. Because it's not something that's very efficient. So in this build order, we play kind of standard. We just get one Marine to deny the probe, and then we get a reactor. After the reactor, we do drop down a factory. Or, sorry, a command center, and then a factory. There's two ways you can do this opening. One's a command center first, one's a factory first. It depends on what you scout and how you feel. This player is going an expansion first, so the command center first was a great idea, because that would delay oracles very heavily. So I won't need the widow mines as fast. I spread out a little bit at the front with my marines to help deny scouts, and I get a starport right away. And then I get a widow mine, so I can drop widow mines on his base or be aggressive. Players who go for a fast expansion are generally prone or weak to, widow mines, because they won't have as much detection. They can't get it as fast. The mothership core comes in here, and instead of attacking it, I decide to, kind of just head over to his base, because then he might have to use energy to get back, which means no photon overcharge. And I transfer my reactor onto my barracks, and I make another onto my factory, and I make another factory. And I get a position here. I put the widow mine close to the ramp, and this allows me to pressure him. And he does lose a stalker to it, so that's very nice for me. I try to get over here and kill a few more workers. I've killed a few so far, and I denied his cannon, so no detection. And I try to burrow this widow mine over here, which I do end up doing, and I get a few worker kills, and then I use a medevac to go ahead and draw out, or pick up the marines left over at the top. So back at the base, we've gone for 3 factories. Once you have your 3 factories up, you do want to get an armory. I drop another bunker, because I'm a little nervous of a counterattack, just in case, so I'm still producing a few marines, but also I'm getting another armory so I can get double upgrades and a 3rd command center. This allows me to play really greedy, and with 2 bunkers I should be relatively safe to do so. I still have map control. I now know that he has an observer, so I try to do a little bit of damage here, but for some reason it wouldn't allow me to drop, so I lost the units inside of the medevac, which is a shame. So I kind of forfeit map control a little bit here, because now he knows that he's killed the medevac. The way I respond to this is I have Hellions out on the map scouting a little bit, and I get some widow mines just in case there's a gateway bust. Widow mines are very efficient at holding locations with siege tanks until they have, like charge, where they run in and get on top of the tanks and they just splash around tanks, or until Colossi, where they outrange the widow mines. I'm not sure why I lifted those, but I do go for 1-1. I'm delaying my armor for a second. That's not so good. There it is. So I split up widow mines, and I decide, in a second, I don't need that many bunkers. I feel relatively safe. I'm a little supply blocked, but my command center is about to finish. I still make some depots though. With the Hellion harass, I try to kill some workers So far I've killed 11 workers. He's killed 1, and it's a 36 to 42. But we're about to have 3 mules, which means that we have 12 more workers than we do. And we're only 4 behind right now. So we actually have 8 more workers than him, which is quite good for us. I'm getting quite a few amount of hellbats. I produced some out of the factory as well because I was low on gas, since I was going for double upgrades, and now I'm going back to 2 siege tanks at a time. And I sacrifice a bunker so I can get more hellbats out. Once you're behind bunkers on siege tanks, you feel pretty safe. So I see the oracle and I pull, but this oracle actually happens to be a fake, which made me really nervous. But yeah, it's definitely a fake oracle. I'm like, why aren't you doing damage? And I'm like, oh, I felt so silly. I have a 4th factory on the way, and I'm using my barracks to make another reactor, so I'm going up to 2 reactor, 2 tech lab, with double upgrades. If I had another tech lab, I wouldn't be able to afford so many upgrades, and it would make my army a little bit more prone to be weak against zealots, because I won't have as much armor, or weak against gateway units, because I won't have as much attack. I mean, not entirely weak, but weaker. The plus attack definitely helps. So try to start my upgrades as soon as I can, but I'm a little bit low on gas. I am getting 2 medevacs, and I do want the 2 medevacs over the plus armor so that I can be aggressive if need be. I don't quite know where he is on the map, and that is a problem. I'm making quite a bit of supply depots because I'm thinking I might want to push out soon. So I kind of send out some marines to scout them out, see what's going, and I scan and I see a templar. I'm not afraid of templar because all I have to do is split up, and if I'm split against templar, they can't do that much damage, and if I split okay, then my units get healed anyway by the medevac. I get my plus armor going, and I get hellbat transformations. I'm thinking, with templar, the reason why it works against bio is because, well, you trade efficiently, you kill X amount of units, and then Terran can't reinforce as fast. With mech, I've found that there's a really new cool way to really reinforce. And that is, if they're not gateway heavy, I can use a lot of hellbats to kill him, because once the Templar storms are gone, hellbats are really effective as a buffer and damage, because they can't get to the tanks who are really being explosive. So I get the transformation servos, and I make a lot of hellions. I'm making nothing but hellions and medevacs right now. And this lets me float some gas too for future transitions. I get my tanks in their position, I got the watchtower, I move up a little bit, and once the transformation's done, I can turn all these hellions, which are really fast at moving across the map, making mech reinforcements a little bit more mobile, into hellbats. So I want to go back a little bit and show you the storm. So he comes over here in store, and I use the barracks as a spotter to kind of scout. And you can see that he does a decent amount of damage, but I have some medevacs, and hellbats are actually okay against storm. They have a lot of health. His upgrades are 1-1, and mine are 1-1. I'm about to have +2 finished. So is he though. So the upgrades are really, really close right now. He's about to get the advantage. I have some hellions running here on accident, so the rally isn't so great. Definitely a mistake on my part. Back home I got the gas geysers. I'm not mining so much from there. I'm making 3 more factories because I feel really, really, really safe against what he's doing. I feel like I definitely can attack into him. There's an attack going on here, but as you can tell, the storms aren't that great because I have so many hellbats and medevacs that I just out heal him. And to get on top of his base faster, because hellbats are kind of slow and I don't want to take the time to transform, I just go and zoom in and drop him on top of him, because I know that he just now has to warp in. And his void ray is over here, kind of doing work. We take out his mineral line. He still got some workers left, but we're reinforcing pretty good. And now that I saw the void ray, I'm getting Thor's, hellbat, and the transformation servos. And this makes it so that I can, defend against any air transitions. He was going for double Stargate, so until Tempests were out, the Thors and Widow Mines would have decimated the Void Rays, and there'd be a timing push before a single Tempest was out. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this game. and thanks for watching. I hope you now know what to do against High Templar. Peace out, guys.